Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Twinning with Rice and Cookie. I'm Rice.
And I'm Cookie, and today we are playing more of Fire Emblem, the Sacred Stones.
That's
Um,
right.
yeah, so here we go.
And I actually need to get the chat pulled up because we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulties today and last week. We're finally back in it.
Yeah, which is why we weren't here last week.
Yep.
But we're back and better than ever.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think you should tell our viewers a little bit of what you were telling me earlier.
About the storm?
Yeah.
So, wait, let me...
Yeah, you can guess that first.
Yeah, I'm still getting my monitor thing good. Alright. Yeah, so last night we had this really big thunderstorm. Around 11 p.m. I woke up and I was like, I don't like thunderstorms, so I was all scared. But I was like, okay, this is a thunderstorm. I'm an adult. I can handle this.
You're safe.
Yeah, I was safe. But anyways, you could hear the wind. It started to hail. It just sounded crazy out there. And then I went downstairs because we were checking on the garden. We didn't go outside. We just kind of looked through the window and we're like, is it going to be okay? And then I went and made sure that Ripley was okay because, more sensitive ears.
Was she in her crate?
No, her crate isn't assembled, so she was just kind of like, I don't know. I walked down into the den and she just stood up and she's like, oh, hey.
She didn't care at all?
No, she doesn't care about thunderstorms.
Cat was so scared.
She was just like, what are you doing here?
Shouldn't you be in bed?
Yeah, I was like, I'm checking on you. But yeah, so she was fine. But so I was telling Cookie that I went downstairs or when I was walking her this morning, I was just kind of walking, and there's bark and leaves and just debris everywhere. And I start to walk by this tree and I'm like, holy cow, that tree got struck by lightning. So I sent her a picture of it.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I don't know if you can load the picture into the chat.
Oh, that's beyond me. I can't do that.
Yeah, so the tree, it was all of the bark had flown off of it and it was dead basically.
Yeah, part of it was white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I noticed that on my morning walk. And then Sea Tiger and I were walking Ripley for the afternoon walk. And he's like, because I wasn't really looking at the trees because I was so focused on the puddles on the ground since there were so many puddles. But he's like, I don't remember them cutting this tree down. And I'm like, oh, it's because they must have done it today because that was the one that was struck by lightning.
Oh.
So I thought it was interesting, that's for sure. But yeah, I just don't like thunderstorms. I don't like the sounds because I'm always afraid. Because do you remember, Cookie? I'm sure you remember. There was there's a time when we were cat sitting for one of our neighbors.
Yeah.
And there's a thunderstorm, and one of their trees got struck by lightning, but the thunderbolt then carried into the house.
Yeah.
And then the house caught on fire.
Yep.
And so I think that's why I'm extra afraid of them because I'm like, what if our house catches on fire?
Yeah, I do remember that, and the thing is, because we didn't even know that the house caught fire, and because I think we were done taking care of the cats at that point or something.
No,
we weren't.
We were going down. We were going down to take care of the cats, and there were all these fire people.
Oh. Yeah, the cats were fine, by the way, but because one of the neighbors had seen the smoke or something and called it in.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, it's just crazy, because the nice thing, so the building I live in is a former school, and it's one of Argus's friends had jokes that it's like a fortress, and it is. And the thing is, like, I kept joking yesterday because I'm like, oh my gosh, this thunder's so loud, but I'm like, at least we live in a fortress. It made me feel better. But, like, I don't know. Because I was like, I wonder how our brother's doing. Because I know one time when it was like a heavy wind day, he was like, I could feel my house moving. And I'm like, I hope his house is okay.
I'm sure it's fine.
But, yeah, I mean, I was happy that, although I was like, but we do have like a pretty big tree in the backyard. And I was like, it could, like, get struck and come through a window or something. So that was my biggest concern.
We have a pretty big tree out back, and I was like, I really hope that one doesn't get struck, because if it does, like, I don't know if it's tall enough that it might land on someone else's house, and then we would be responsible.
Yeah.
But it's a big tree.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was our big news. It was crazy, though.
Well, I've got a question for you. So what movie did you watch this week?
So, I had finished reading Gone with the Wind, and I had gotten to a point where I wanted to watch the movie. And so we had the movie on hand. So I had started it over the weekend. Not this past weekend, but I think the weekend before. But I didn't finish the movie because it's 4 hours long. So for movie night, we continued to watch Gone with the Wind.
And so, when you say we, you really mean you and Argus, like, half paying attention?
Yeah, he was like doing schoolwork or something, which is why I picked Gone with the Wind, because there's other movies I want to watch, but the fact that I was halfway through it and the fact that there were other things that he had to do, I was like, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do Gone with the Wind. And I will say the movie's pretty accurate, which it should be because it's 4 hours long. But it's kind of bummed because, like, my favorite character was cut from the movie, and, like, he's not a main character at all. But I just thought he was really cool, and he wasn't in it. So
that's a bummer.
I know. I was super disappointed. I
started watching Onward, and
yes.
Sea Tiger's he's not really interested in watching it, so
you still haven't finished it?
Mm-mm. I only watched, like, the first probably 20 minutes.
Okay.
Because I forget what we were doing, but we had some weird pocket of time, and I'm like, I want to watch Onward. Oh, because we weren't sure if we were going to watch The Witcher with one of our friends, because she didn't get back to us about if she was available.
Okay.
So yeah, so I started watching Onward, but yeah, so I would like to, I might start it again from the beginning, or maybe just pick up where I left off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sea Tiger's not interested in it, so he was reading while I was doing that.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm currently reading The Witcher, the first book. I'm also reading, I just started it today, but unfortunately I have to return it to the library because I was reading another book. But because I had two books rented at the same time, and at the library you can only rent books for a week. So the other book I was reading was called I always forget. I mean, I don't forget what it's called. It's like, I'm just gonna look it up. It's because it was one of the lists, like, there's all these lists about people. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I can't multitask.
No, I can't either.
Okay, it's called Between the World and Me. So, with all of the current events, and people are like, like, these are things that white people can do. Like, yeah. White people, you're not just powerless to do nothing. Like, this is what you can do.
Yeah.
And so, this book was listed as, like, you should read this.
I see.
So, Between the World and Me, it's this guy, he's writing a letter to his son, and he is kind of describing, like, growing up as a Black person in this country, and just kind of always being like, looking out for other Black people, but then also like always having, like looking behind you, like, is there police? I need to be on my best behavior. I need to be like, I can't offend people, like kind of thing. So
Right.
like all this self-monitoring kind of thing that, I would have never thought about.
Mhm.
But so I finished that. I liked it. It gave good perspective, but it's not like, there's not a story. It's not like,
Right.
but so I still liked it. And then so today I started reading. It was a similar list, like, what can white people do? It's called A People's History of the United States.
Okay.
It is a long, long book. It's like 1,700 pages.
That's the longest book that I've ever heard of.
And granted, I don't know if it's 1,700 pages only because I'm looking at the like phone version, phone app version. But I read the first chapter, and the first chapter was like 60 pages. And it's about, so the first chapter was about, so it's about the United States history. So the first chapter was all about like the first Europeans coming to America and killing all the Native Americans. And like, I mean, I know I had heard like, oh yeah, Christopher Columbus was terrible. He killed all the Indians. But like, so like I knew that in my head, but I didn't really have a good idea of everything.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. It's definitely not written dryly like a history textbook. But yeah, it's just long. So I'll definitely have to borrow it again because it's due tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't see myself reading about 1,700 pages tonight.
No. Yeah, I started.
So I'll have to wait for. I think there's only one person waiting for it, so I'll have to wait another week, and then I can read it again. I'll slowly chip away at it.
Yeah, I had. So I've been actually reading pretty actively. A book that's like a modern spin-off of Pride and Prejudice. So it's actually a book that our older sister Cupcake let me borrow, and I've just had it for like at least 4 years, meaning to read it, and I never got around to it. So I'm reading that now, and I'm also I've been going through some audiobooks, but like I haven't been doing as long of walks lately, so I haven't really gotten to finish any of these audiobooks that I keep starting, and then it automatically returns to the library. And I'm like, you know what? I wasn't really feeling that one. So I keep moving down my list of books. It's like, I will go back. I want to go back to these other books, but like, I just don't know at this point if I will. But right now I'm listening to The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I heard from one of your friends is a really good book.
Okay.
I'm not very far in it yet, but so far I'm enjoying it. It's like
I would... I was gonna say, well, tell me what you can tell me what that one is about first.
Okay. It's about like a reporter that, so Evelyn Hugo, I don't even know. I meant to look up if it's a real person because they make it sound like she is, but I just don't know. So it's like some actress from like the 60s, and she had 7 husbands, and so she like the cover story is that she's selling a bunch of dresses or something and wants to be like interviewed, and so she picks some random reporter that like nobody knows. Why did you pick her? Because this is a pretty high profile interview, and everybody's really jealous that this nobody got the interview. But so that's where I'm at. She hasn't talked to her yet, I don't think. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, if you're looking for other recommendations, I did enjoy Where the Crawdads Sang and The Turn of the Key.
Okay. What was The Turn of the Key about?
The Turn of the Key is it's about this nanny. She's she's taking care of these 3, or I guess like 2 girls. But like the girls are like, oh, our house is haunted. You don't want to be here. And like the one girl's really creepy. But it's kind of like a suspense
Okay.
kind of thing. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's definitely fiction. It's not, you know.
Yeah. I like fiction.
I do too. Yeah, I would say it's like suspenseful, kind of mystery.
I
And
like
suspense.
mystery.
Yeah, I think you'd like it.
And what was it called again? I'm sorry.
Turn of the Key.
You might have to text that to me so I can add it to my Goodreads list.
Okay. Or you could look at my Goodreads list and
I could
see
do
it
that.
there.
Do you review all the books that you read?
I have been just giving them stars. There have been a couple where I've done like an actual written review, but
Yeah.
I usually just do the stars.
Well, because at first, like, I was doing actual reviews, but then I was like, hang on a second, can other people read these reviews, or is it, like, just for my reference? Because I wanted it to just be for my reference. But then I thought, like, oh, yeah, it's for everyone, so I better stop leaving these reviews. So then I started to just do the stars. But then
someone might care what you have to say.
I know, so then I was like, you know what, I should actually leave written reviews. So then I started doing the reviews again.
Okay.
So if you ever look at my books list, you'll see my reviews are very short, and like I'm kind of ruthless sometimes because it's like, you know, if there's some reason I don't like it, that's gonna be like all that's in my reviews. I don't like this bit.
Well, that was what I did for Under the Tuscan Sun. Because I did do a written review for that one because I said it has no plot.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you said that, but it has a lot of opinion. Or like
I think I gave it
a different perspective. Yeah.
I think I gave it like 2 stars, maybe. Because like it wasn't bad enough that I was gonna stop reading it.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever give anything 1 star.
I think I did.
Unless I just like keep forcing myself to read it. I don't know.
I'm actually not sure that I did give it 1 star. I think I thought about it. I don't know. I'll have to check.
2 stars is pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, I like that it gives you like what the star actually means, because I think I told you every time I rate a restaurant, I almost always give it a 4 because like I love food, so I feel like I like almost every restaurant I go to.
I've been giving almost every book a 4.
Yeah. But so the thing is, but on Goodreads, they have like a little description for each star. So like a 3 is, I liked it. A 4 is like, I really liked it. And the 5 is like, I loved it. So it's like, for me, if I give something a 3, I'm not going to feel bad about it because it still means I liked it.
Yeah, that's true.
I think a 2 is, it was okay. And a 1 is, did not like.
Okay. Yeah, so I've been reading. I finished sewing mask number 3.
Nice.
So just 1 more for what I'm planning to do. So I don't know if, because I was working on it like a little bit at a time. I think I told you that. Like one day I was cutting fabric, another day I was, doing step 1. So like I've been working very slowly through it. Today I think I sewed for like 20 minutes, maybe. So yeah, still wasn't very long, but it was like the longest step, so that's why I only did the 1 mask, and I'll do the other one later this week or this weekend or something.
Yeah, I don't remember. Well, so I've been working on that quilt. And because I sent you the picture where like I had all the squares laid out. But I haven't worked on it since then. That was like a week, maybe a week and a half ago. And I keep meaning to, but like there's just other things. Oh, also I've been watching The Good Place season 4. I've been burning through it. I've only been watching it for 2 days, and I think I have 2 episodes left.
Oh wow!
I've been doing marathons. I even made popcorn one of the days.
Nice. So what do you think?
I'm liking it. I don't think I like it as much as the other seasons. I mean, so far, like, they're at the point where they have offered a solution and everybody has, like, compromised and agreed to it.
Okay.
So I think, there's only 2 left, which I'm assuming is just, like, resolution stuff. But
yeah,
I don't know.
You'll see.
Yeah. There's always surprises in this show, so who knows?
Yeah. But I was going to say, because I didn't talk about my movie days.
Well, you said you were watching Onward.
No, but that didn't count as a movie day.
Oh, okay.
So we decided to watch, continue our rom-com list. So we watched.
I am going to just say I don't understand why you keep watching rom-coms when you said your favorite type of movie is action. And also, like, are these movies like on your?
I don't know if action is my favorite.
Oh, that's what you said the other day.
Did I?
You did, and I was surprised.
No, because I like the Mission Impossible movies, but maybe adventure is more of what I like.
Okay.
But I like rom-coms a lot. They're probably my second favorite genre.
Okay.
But so we watched this past weekend. We watched Pretty Woman.
Okay, I've seen that one.
Oh, you've seen that one?
I have, yeah.
Julia Roberts and...
At least I've seen part of it. I think I caught it when it was on TV one time, so I don't think I saw the whole thing.
I don't remember who the guy is. I didn't recognize him.
Oh, I don't know.
But the one where she's a prostitute and... Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked whatever I saw of it, because I don't think I really saw even that much. But
yeah, and then I already told Cookie this, but for any viewers who may be watching, I don't know, because nobody's been chatting, so we may have no viewers.
Well, that's fine, because I feel like, even if no one's watching, we post everything to YouTube, so,
That's true.
If someone really loves this game, they might just go through and binge watch all of our episodes.
Yeah. So I already told Cookie, but the week before, since we didn't stream last week, I figured I'd fill you in. We watched, I told her, an oldie but a goodie, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. Wonderful movie.
It is so good.
It is.
I do really like it a lot.
I think it is my favorite because there's just so many good things about it.
Yeah, I don't have a favorite movie at this point. It very well might be Pirates. I don't know.
Yeah, so the past couple of weekends Yeah. I don't know if I already talked about this, but we planted our garden. I know I talked about some parts of it, but anyways, I bought the plants and we planted it. I can't remember which week it was, so I figured I'd just say it.
Yeah.
But then with the hailstorm last night, who knows if... some things I don't think were affected, because, we didn't have any tomatoes yet. They haven't bloomed, so...
Which is good. I feel like a tomato would totally get, they're so soft, and then, the hail, I just feel would break the skin, and then, all the bugs wouldn't get inside. I don't know.
Yeah. So, I think most of our stuff is okay. The lettuce and cilantro are a little questionable, but I think they'll still be okay. And then one weekend we went bike riding one morning, and that was really nice. And then this past weekend we went to one of the state parks, and we hiked around a little bit, but we were a little disappointed by it. It wasn't as good as what we were hoping. But on the way home, this is the really exciting part, is that we stopped at one of the cideries that we really like. So we got, we ordered 3 bottles of apple cider, the hard apple cider, not just fall season, because it's definitely the spring now.
But that kind of apple cider is also very good.
Yes. So this is the alcoholic version. So we got 3 bottles of that, and I'm really excited because they're all flavors we've never tried before.
Okay, nice.
So, but the thing is, we can't go in and taste, so we decided to just, buy them, and, if we like it, we like it, and if we don't, we don't.
That's what I want to do with the mead place, because...
Oh, yeah.
As you said, you can go in and get a flight, but not right now because of coronavirus, so I was I want to go and just get 2 bottles where me and Argus each pick one, but we haven't gone yet. I want to, because I wanted to have some bottles for our anniversary, which is coming up.
It is coming up. It's so soon. Maybe I should send you a card.
Oh, you don't have to do that, but because it's
I'm on a card roll. I'm just rolling in the car.
Because it's on Monday, so I mean, I'm taking the whole week off because it's part of like my Japan vacation week, which no Japan, but yeah. So I'm super excited. And
so I was going to tell everyone about the cider I bought.
Okay, yes. So what kinds are they? Like fruity, like a certain, like
so here,
like a cranberry one.
Well, one of them is actually a pear cider, so it's not apple.
Okay.
Darn it, stupid camera. But yeah, I'm gonna pull it up so that I can read the descriptions to you.
Okay.
And also because I can't remember what the third one is.
Okay.
So I want to actually have the right, words when I describe that one. Darn it, I hate when you have to put in your birthday.
I know. It's like, even if you're under 21, like...
Yeah, you can totally just change it.
You can just pick a year that's gonna work, like, I don't know. I always find things like that kind of silly.
Okay. So one of them, it's called White Hurricane, and it's a gin barrel-aged cider.
Okay.
And so that was CU Tiger's pick. So it says, highly crafted, semi-dry, gin barrel-aged cider, a unique profile with apple and botanical notes.
Okay.
So that was one. Because we like gin. Or at least it's one of the hard liquors that we like more. Like, I don't like tequila.
Yeah.
But yeah, we like gin. So one of the ones that I picked is Tart Cherry Perry.
I think that sounds really good.
It's spelled Perry, Perry.
Well, that's what I figured. Perry's like a town over there.
Yeah, but this is the pear cider.
Gotcha.
So it's light and delicious pear beverage infused with just a touch of Western New York tart cherry to give this pear cider a balanced and complex flavor. Not profile. Flavor. So that was one of the ones I picked. And then the other one I picked is called Black Rock Kingston Black Varietal. It's a limited edition.
Oh, fancy.
So it's made with 100% Kingston black apples, and it's dry with bitter, sharp, bittersweet apple notes. So I just thought it sounded interesting, and it was the only other one that we had never tried before. So I'm like, you know what? And we're just gonna get it. So
yeah.
So I felt weird only getting the pear one for me because I was like, well, it's a cidery. They do apple cider,
Yeah.
So I felt weird doing the just pear. So yeah, so I picked two. And then, so after we got cider, then we went to this popcorn stand, which is amazing. So
yeah, so what kind of popcorn did you get?
Well, so we got two. Because CU Tiger said, because I asked him, I'm like, what kind of popcorn do you want? And he's like, I want a sweet one. So they have caramel. They have caramel with peanuts. They have caramel with cashews and caramel with pecans. But the thing is, the cashew and pecan ones only come in large. You can't buy a small bag of that. And I only wanted to buy small bags. So I got the caramel with peanuts for him. And then I prefer a salty popcorn. So they just call it white. So I asked them, I'm like, what is white? Is it like completely plain? Or, what is it?
Yeah.
And they said it's lightly buttered, lightly salted. And I'm like, that sounds perfect. So I got a small white popcorn, and it was just so good. The caramel was still good too, but the white one was just unbeatable. So if you're ever up that way, you should definitely stop by the Popcorn Shack.
Okay,
it's called, what is it called? I think it's some guy's name. It's in Olcott, which is 45 minutes to an hour away.
Okay.
No. Yeah, because one time I was looking for popcorn I don't even know like how I found it. Oh, it's called. No, I was wrong. It's called Bye's Popcorn. BYE.
Okay.
Bye's Popcorn. But apparently, starting in I think 2023, they're going to be at their 100-year anniversary.
Okay.
And they're like a little roadside stand. Like when I got there were already people in line, and I parked, and then I got in line. But yeah, it's just like almost like an ice cream stand, only for popcorn.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it was our second time going because the other time, I think we just got the white popcorn. But yeah, this time there was a crowd. Last time we were the only ones there because I think we went at some slightly off time.
Yeah. Actually, we might be kind of in that area. We can
Really?
make it. We can make it happen. Well, so on Monday, we're actually planning to go to where me and Argus met as our anniversary thing to do.
Oh, how romantic!
Well, really, the real reason we're going is because I was craving the Chinese from the takeout Chinese place that's in town there. And I was like, well, what else can we, we gotta make the drive out there worth it just to get this Chinese that, you can get Chinese like that around where we live. But somehow I was just craving that one.
I just Googled it. You can see.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's like a little shack.
Yeah. I don't know how clear it's actually showing up for you. But,
I can see it decently enough.
Okay. But yeah, it's a little shack, but they have weird hours, so that's just why I pulled it up.
Yeah.
Because they're only open Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, then we'll miss it.
Okay.
Because we'll go on Monday.
All right. But yeah, so what else do you have planned for your week off? I want to hear all about it.
Yeah, well, so as I said, Monday we're going to go to where me and Argus met, which was the college we went to. And we're going to get Chinese. We're also going to get donuts in the morning. I'm so excited because we haven't had our favorite
Where are
donut
you?
place.
Oh, you're going to go to the place in town?
Yeah, just a place that's here.
You should be a sour cream glaze. They're the best.
Oh, of course. We're going to, because, so with coronavirus stuff, you can go in and, order your donuts, but you can call in, the day before and place your order, because normally when I get there, the sour cream glaze are all sold out, and it's horrible.
Because they're the best.
I know. So, well, I like the cream-filled still the best, but I will admit the sour cream glaze, I will get myself one, and I'll get myself 2 cream filled, because usually we'll get half a dozen, where 3 are for me, 3 are for Argus. We don't eat them all on that day. Usually we split it up over 2 days. We're not monsters.
Are you gonna get one of those peanut creams, with the peanuts all on the outside?
Yeah, I like those a lot.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna get a calzone at Zoni's?
No, I feel like you think I went there all the time. I think I got it only maybe twice.
Oh, okay. Well, you mentioned it, and I'm like, Zoni sounds cool, so it just really stuck.
The thing is, it was good, but so the thing is, I only had it twice. I think it was only during my freshman year because my college roommate, she had very sensitive skin, and I think digestion also. The school dorm mess hall. What?
Dining hall?
Dining hall, thank you. It did not agree with her, so she would order Domino's pizzas and stuff, and then sometimes she would get the calzones.
How is that better?
No, I don't know. I'm just telling you, this is how it was. Maybe it was all a lie. I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe it was too healthy.
What?
The dining hall food. Maybe it was too healthy.
I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, she would order all these things, and usually I wouldn't get anything, but if she was getting calzones, then usually I would get one. So I think I had one that was... I definitely had a breakfast one once. I liked it. And the other one I had gotten... It was before I was a vegetarian, so I think it was it probably had chicken in it or something. I don't even remember, but pretty sure I had one that was not a breakfast one.
Well, I got a calzone semi-recently, like a few months ago, and I was really disappointed in it. And
No,
I'm like,
I
you
had
know
gotten
what?
one pretty recently too, and I was also disappointed because I was like, well,
I'm never gonna get one of these again.
there's like so much crust. I'm like, the crust is the part I care about the least. Give me more vegetables.
Give me more sauce. Make it like a soup.
Yeah, so I was disappointed in mine also. The thing is, they always sound so good, but then like
They do.
But the thing is, I swear the one that was at my college, like in that town, I swear those were good calzones though. It's like I don't think that's in my head.
Well, because I think we were watching that Seinfeld episode where
gets
George calzones for his boss, and like I think that was the episode, and I was like, oh, I want calzones now.
Yeah.
But nope, I'm gonna just learn that you don't want calzones. You're just gonna be disappointed. Don't do it. Don't know. Oh yeah. So what else are you gonna do?
Yeah. So that's Monday. That's the only day that we have like for sure figured out. I have like because I think there's a couple days next week that's supposed to rain. So I have a couple like movie marathons lined up.
Nice.
So one of them is going to be like a Studio Ghibli movie marathon. And then
good for your Japan week.
Yeah, I know. And so I think I'm only going to put in maybe like one, maybe two that I haven't seen. And then the other ones will be ones that I have seen so I don't have to like commit full attention to it. And then I'm also going to do a Wes Anderson movie marathon.
Do you like Wes Anderson?
Yeah, you don't?
I mean, not really.
Okay.
They're fine.
But yeah, so, because
I've only seen 2 of them, so...
Yeah, because I haven't, like, I've seen 4, I think.
Because I've seen Fantastic Mr. Fox and Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah, because I've also seen The Grand Budapest Hotel and The Life Aquatic.
Okay.
Which, Life Aquatic, I actually don't know if it's true, but I think it's like one of Argus's favorite movies, but maybe I'm just putting words in his mouth. But the thing is, it's all about scuba diving.
Okay.
So I mean, granted, like there's all sorts of other things going on, but so yeah, I want to do a Wes Anderson movie marathon, and so it's gonna be like 2 days. I want to do some more quilting. So that's gonna maybe be during the movie days. I don't know. I want to go hiking. There's like a local canyon kind of place. So I want to go there. And
I would like to go there too sometime, but I'll probably go on a weekend when it's crowded.
So I think I went there like 8 or 9 years ago, which is pretty insane because...
That's where I only went once, and that was when I got engaged.
Yeah, I only went once, and that was... me and Argus had gone camping there, like, it was, I think, our first year of dating, and then we went camping, and we did all this hiking and stuff. I'm like, this place is so cool, and then we never went back, and I want to go back, so...
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to do that, and then I also want to go... There's like all these things I want to do. I'm like, I don't know if this is all gonna fit into 1 week. But like out on the like harbor area, you can rent paddle boards. And so me and Argus biked there one day, and it was really nice, but it was super crowded on the weekend. But it's during the week now because I'm on vacation. So maybe it's not gonna be crowded and we can actually relax and enjoy it. I want to do a picnic too. That's on the list. Also, since it's a vacation week, we're going to treat it like a vacation where we like go out to eat every day.
Oh, nice. So you don't have to cook?
Yeah. So I'm going to do like, there's a few restaurants that like, mostly we want to do restaurants we've already been to before. So that we don't like judge something if like maybe it's just cold because like we had to transport it home or, whatever. Like it's not fair to the restaurant if it's our first time eating it and we don't like it because it was takeout. So yeah, there's a few places I want to go. There's the one vegan place that we went to. So I want to go there, and I want to go to that juice place where they do like... Yeah. So I want to go, like, you can get a sampler of like 5 juices. So I'm going to do it. It's like...
Nice.
They're pretty expensive juices. I want to say it's like roughly $5 per juice. But
for the sampler?
Yeah, I think so. I think it comes with a bouquet of flowers, too. But,
wow.
Yeah, I know they're pricey, but I'm excited.
See, when you said sampler, I was thinking like small juices.
Oh no, they're like the full size.
Okay.
But it's a sampler because they give you all of the flavors.
That makes more sense then.
Yeah.
You talking about takeout reminds me because so our golf league started this week.
Yeah.
So we went golfing. I played horribly. We both played horribly. But so afterwards, like in the past, we all just went to the restaurant at the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
But since the restaurant's closed because of coronavirus, so and there's no social gatherings afterwards, so we're like, oh, well, let's go to some takeout place. And the original plan was go to some takeout place and then go get ice cream. But it was kind of chilly, so we're like, okay, no ice cream today, but we did the takeout still. But the thing is, so like we went to the first place we wanted to go to was closed because it was a Monday, and a lot of restaurants are closed on Mondays. So that was a bummer. So then the place we end up going, we got subs, like hot subs. Mm-hmm. So C Tiger got a.
That's something I really want. I really want a sub.
Okay, so he got a chicken club sub, and I got a Cajun chicken sub.
That sounds good. And so,
yes, the Cajun chicken had chicken, mushrooms, and onions, I think. But the thing is, so like, and we both got full sizes, so we both got 12 inches, because I'm like, oh, I'll eat one of it today and then the other tomorrow or something. Mine had so much Cajun sauce on it. Like, it was so salty, so, like...
So it wasn't so good?
Rich. It was really spicy. No, it was too much. It was too much sauce.
That makes me so sad. It sounds delicious.
I know. So it was, like... And it made the bun really soggy.
Oh, that stinks, too.
Yeah, so I did eat half of it. But after it, I felt like I drank a gallon of water after I ate it because it was so salty. And I'm like, oh, my digestive system is not going to be happy because it was spicy.
Yeah.
And, but anyway, so I did eat half of it. And then over the last 2 days, I've been only taking the chicken and the mushrooms and onions and putting it on top of my salad. Because I've been eating salad for lunch. And so it was really good as a salad topper.
Yeah.
Because then it wasn't, like, overwhelming. And plus, since I had it over 2 days, it wasn't, like, too much. Mm-hmm. But so now I'm like, I don't know what to do with the roll. I'm like, I don't really want to throw it out. I don't want to feed it to the birds because what if they explode?
You could try putting it in the oven.
Well, I was considering making like either croutons or like cutting it up and making some kind of egg casserole out of it. Because I thought that might be good with the Cajun sauce. And it doesn't really matter that it's soggy because the eggs would make it soggy anyways.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I just felt bad throwing it out because I'm like, I feel like I could use this.
Right, yeah. You know what? Speaking of using things, because I told you I just had popcorn the other day for watching Gone with the Wind. So, because the thing is, we had made burgers like a couple weeks ago. And so we had the extra like grease from making the burgers. And so we always collect it because you don't want to, like, run it down the sink. And so I actually used the burger fat to, like, cook my popcorn in.
Okay.
Instead of using, like, canola oil or coconut oil.
Did you make a burger for yourself, or did you do veggie?
Oh, I did veggie burger. I usually get... So, we buy the Bubba burgers, veggie burgers.
Okay.
And so... like, I think there is some soy in it, but it's mostly, like, vegetables and beans and stuff. But...
I want to say I think it's called Sunshine. I think Sunshine burgers are, like, purely black beans and stuff, but I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure, but... Because I haven't really done, like, extensive research into what kind I want. But as far as the ones that I do have... or like the Bubba burgers. So there's like 2 different varieties. They've got like a Southwest one, and then they've got one that's like the classic burger. And so I got the Southwest one because I'm like, this sounds so fun. But then it turns out, sorry, I just wanted to make sure. I was about to buy it twice.
That's okay.
Yeah, so it turns out I like the regular one better. So that's my, advice to anyone out there. Get the regular Bubba Veggie Burger if you're going to get one of them.
We actually made some black bean burgers today.
Oh, nice.
So you Tiger had to go into work this morning. So I woke up early so that we could eat breakfast together, and I'm like, now I have so much extra time in the morning because, I woke up at 5:30, so I ended up preparing the burger mix before work, and then I just stuck it in the fridge, and then we cooked it afterwards.
Yeah.
So this recipe is a little easier than the recipe that we usually use. This one came out of a different cookbook. Came out of Run Fast, Cook Fast, Eat Slow. So this one, you still have to cook the onions ahead of time, but like the Moosewood recipe, you have to cook onions and peppers, and you add like spices to that and stuff. This one's a little simpler of a recipe. It's black bean and chipotle burgers.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like the chipotle and adobo.
Yeah. I love chipotle and adobo.
It's so too. Yeah, so the burgers turned out good. They're not as good as Moosewood's, but they're a little easier, and it had been a while since we made them, so we're like, oh, let's make these.
Yeah. I'm actually planning to make pad thai in a couple days, which I haven't made it in forever, and I did buy the tofu, and I'm like, I'm gonna make tofu good this time, because I feel like I've never really made it good. So I gotta look it up and make sure I make it good.
I felt like I made tofu good a few times, but I felt like anytime I added it to pad thai, the pad thai just destroyed it.
Yeah, well, so the thing is, because
maybe if you keep it separate.
That's what I think I'm going to do, because, I mean, as you know, like, I always make chicken for Argus, and for myself, I'll do tofu or, like, cashews or something. So, since we're going to have the two different, like, protein options, I think we're going to just keep them separate, and then we can add them in after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We've been kind of in, like, a limbo about food, because I told you we have so much fish in our freezer.
Yeah.
So, like, it's been our main priority, so we haven't been, like, making meal plans like we usually do.
Hey, and do you have the fridge in the basement? Is that plugged in?
No.
Okay.
We only plugged that in during Halloween.
Okay.
But, yeah, we still have tons of fish in the freezer. I might make some more on Friday, but what's really exciting, I think, is that, so Sitka Salmon, they've started a YouTube series, and so it's basically one of their people cooking, like one of the recipes on their website. So if you're ever like, I wonder how this recipe is, like, is it good, and how easy is it, like, you can just watch the video. And I mean, the video is shorter than the time it takes to cook, because, they, like, cut out the cooking time.
Yeah.
But
it's nice, it's very helpful, so that like, you can see what it looks like when it's done and stuff.
Yeah, there's a recipe for poached fish, which, like, previously I was always like, no, I wouldn't do that because I don't know how to do it. But in this recipe, in the video, he shows you how to do it, and he's like, wow, this is amazing. He's like, this might be my favorite way to eat fish. Or cod, anyways. Because he said he doesn't like poaching fish, because usually then it's just like soggy fish.
Right.
But what makes this recipe different is that you poach it and then you broil it for a few minutes. So it gets crispy on the outside, and then the inside still stays moist since you poached it.
Okay, yeah.
And you put, like, aromatics into the poaching liquid so that it infuses the fish with flavor, more flavor anyways. Yeah, so that's one of the recipes I want to try.
Okay.
He also did a recipe for, they kept saying it, and, like, I don't know if they were saying it wrong, because they kept saying it different ways, because I don't think they knew how to say it, but it's like gravlax. But basically, like, you know how...
Gravlax?
Gravlax.
Okay.
But, like, you know how you can do, like, salmon, like, lox salmon, smoked, like, with the cream cheese and bagel thing?
Yeah.
So basically, all of their fish. I mean, you can do this with all of them, but
Oh my
basically
god, she's almost dead.
Uh-oh.
We're okay.
Gotta heal her.
She had a 80% chance of hitting. I did not realize she was so low on health, but she'll be okay. She'll be okay.
But yeah, so basically you throw some herbs and salt and stuff on the fish, and you put a heavy weight on top of it, and you strain it out every once in a while. But like, I was never really interested in trying it, but after watching the video, I'm like, this just looks so easy. And like, I could try it with one of the small fillets and just see how it is.
Yeah.
But also, all of their fish is sushi grade, which like I had read at one point, but I wasn't sure if like it had to say like, oh, this is sushi salmon on the packaging. But so any of their fish, the video confirmed, you can make sushi out of. And so he was making a salmon poke bowl, and so he had and he like marinated it in a Asian-y marinade, and I'm like, you know what? I am not big into raw fish, but this kind of makes me want to eat it.
That was one of the things, because everyone, like, whenever I was like looking at things to eat when we were in Hawaii, everyone's like, oh, you gotta try a poke bowl, and I'm like, you know, I just don't think I do raw fish.
Yeah, I didn't. Ogre's
I mean, like,
here.
I've had sushi, but I don't know.
Ogre says,
Hi,
hey,
Ogre.
Grills, good to see you again. Hiya, Ogre. How's everything going?
Yeah, we were off last week because we had technical issues.
Yes.
But we are back and better than ever.
That's right. Yeah, the technical issues were a bummer. And we had the same technical issues today, but we found an alternative.
Yeah.
So it all worked out.
I didn't even know about the new Sega handheld console. So I have no opinion on it at this point.
I've never played Sega.
I have. We have. I showed you our giant Sega tower thing that Argus got for a good deal because it was broken, but then he fixed it. No, I don't even think it was broken, but like it was in someone's storage unit, and they're like, "Well, I'm just emptying this out," and so, but it was like it wasn't theirs. It was like a relative's or a friend's or something. So they didn't really care about it. But and it was like covered in dust, but it's all cleaned up now.
Good.
Yeah, but Toe Jam and Earl is on Sega.
Okay.
And so is like all the Sonic games are on Sega too.
You know, Cookie, so one of our viewers, one of the ones who we know them in real life, he asked me when we will be streaming together again in person.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. That was kind of what I thought, because I'm like, yeah, I don't know because of Argus, but yeah, I told him, I'm like, yeah, I don't know when we'll be doing it again. Maybe once there's a vaccine.
Yeah,
hopefully not
I
that
would assume
long,
it would be
but
before
we'll
then, but I literally have no idea. But because the thing is, like, pretty much my take is as long as Argus is like feels comfortable enough with something, then like we can do it. Like for my vacation week, Argus had told his parents how we're planning to go hiking at the canyon place, and how that's pretty close to where his parents live, and so so then his parents were like, "Oh, do you guys want to come over and like ride in the boat on that day?" And so I'm like, you know, I don't really care, but like, you know, we'd probably have to wear masks, and like it'd be a whole thing because the boat's so small, like you can't be 6 feet away from each other. And so I was like, you know, whatever Argus is comfortable with, like I think riding in a boat sounds nice, but like I'm totally cool if we don't do it. So whatever he feels, because like his parents don't go anywhere because they're both retired and they're social distancing also. So whereas like other people are still like going to work, or like they're going back to work. I'm actually not going back to work. I got like the planned schedule and like who's working what days. So I told my manager that yeah, with Argus's like health issue that like I was like I'd be willing to go into work, but like I don't think I should. So so I am not.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going in once a week.
Yeah, because that's what I was originally scheduled for, and like I think once a week sounds pretty nice, and then just staying home the rest of the week.
Yep.
But yeah,
I might
at some point I'll have
actually
to go back. Don't know.
I mean, depending on where I'm at, because like I've been going out in the field for work lately. So depending on what where I'm at in my, because I've been just taking one of our cars, because I'm like, I don't want to drive all the way to the office just to drive back further north. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Plus, then I'd have to wipe down the car and all of that. So I'm like, I'd rather just take my car, safer.
Yeah.
But I have been logging my miles so that, in the off chance that I can get reimbursed for it.
Yeah.
But my boss told me, he's like, well, since there are cars available, they might not reimburse you, just so you know. And I'm like, well, that's fine. But I would, still be happy if I could get reimbursed.
Yeah.
And Ogre says safety first.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's my number one motto for everything.
Me too. It's my job.
Yeah. Well, so yesterday we had done a like group call with our high school friends. So we've been doing it like once every 2 weeks. And so, because Rice left the call early, but then our other friends did end up joining the call, who wasn't there when you had.
Oh, yeah.
The call. And anyways, so the thing is, like at that point, me and one of our other friends were talking, and we're like, we should throw, like, I'm just into doing themed birthday parties right now, and I don't know if it's just because, like, there's nothing else for me to do, but, so, like, I'm already planning to throw a Nintendo birthday party for Argus. It might just be the two of us, I don't know.
Oh, cool. Are you gonna make a nice cake?
Yeah, I'm gonna make I'm planning to make lemon bars that are shaped like the Zelda Triforce, and,
cool.
I'm planning to do, what kind? I was going to do some kind of cake. Like, it's all going to be Nintendo stuff. And then I was like, as far as activities go during the day, I was like, my ideal, I thought this would be so cool, would be to, like, design my own Zelda dungeon. Like, with no enemies, of course. But like, we'd have to be somewhere that had more rooms to, like, go to. But I thought it'd be so cool. But I don't think we'll be able to do that. So we'll probably just be playing Nintendo games, like, all day. Whatever he wants to do. It's his birthday.
Well,
but so for our friend though,
oh.
man, this is like a whole big topic for me at the moment.
Okay.
So for our friend, her birthday is November 5th, and so the thing is, like, her niece is getting married in Hawaii that weekend after her birthday, but she can't go because she's got school. So that's when me and my other friend were like, we should throw a cool birthday party for you, and so because she's turning 30. So, I was like, we could do, like, Disney, we could do Harry Potter, or we could do, like, Avatar The Last Airbender, something cool. We didn't come to a conclusion, but we're thinking about it. But then I thought for myself, and maybe for you too, if, we can get together for our birthday, I want to do a good place birthday party.
A good place birthday party?
And I'm, like, so excited. And so if you don't want, like, it's cool. I can just throw myself a good place birthday party.
No, I'd be up for it. And then we can say things like, what the fork?
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking, like, we could do things that they do in the show. Like, granted, like, we can't run away from demons or anything like that. But I thought we could do,
we
like,
could frozen yogurt.
Yes, exactly. I was like, we can go get frozen yogurt. Chidi always wants to, like, be in a boat reading poetry or something lame like that. But I was like, we could, like, just get out on the water and skip the poetry. Maybe, like, we'll each memorize a poem and, like, recite it while we're out there. I don't know. But I thought that. And I know Tahani plays croquet with Jason. Most of my knowledge is from season 1, even though I've seen, like, almost all the seasons now. But season 1 sticks in my head.
Yeah.
So those are some of my thoughts, and I'm very excited. And for food, though, I was like, we gotta have jalapeno poppers. I'm not a fan of shrimp. Otherwise, I would say we should do shrimp, but
yeah, I'm not a fan of cocktail shrimp.
no.
And Ogre says, Nintendo birthday party, you girls are the best.
He didn't even I don't even know if he really wants it, but I'm just like, I want to throw you a themed birthday party, so here you go.
No, but I think that sounds good.
Yeah,
I like
I'm
it.
excited.
I should rewatch The Good Place so I can think of things that we could do.
Yeah, I was thinking that also. And food also, because I feel like as far as planning parties goes, it's mostly about the food, but you want to have some solid activities.
Oh, for sure. You need solid activities.
Yeah.
But, so speaking of themes, so I was in the basement the other day, I was putting mason jars away because, with all of my kefir making, I've been going through mason jars like crazy.
Yeah.
So as I was putting them away, you know what I saw?
No, what?
I saw yellow envelopes that I had used for your bachelorette party for the Amazing Race. So I thought, what if when we go to the beach with our high school friends, what if I put together a little Amazing Race for us?
That would be so fun. That would be so fun. I would totally be down for that.
The thing is, there's 5 of us, so it's unless we do invite, the husbands and significant others, because then you could do pairs.
Yeah.
But,
I'm cool with being Phil.
Well, realistically, I should be Phil because I'm setting it up.
Yeah, but, you want to have fun too.
Yeah, but so I was trying to... that came across my mind. I'm like, you know what? I gotta think about some solid activities that we can do for the race.
Yeah.
Gotta come up with a roadblock.
Well, you totally gotta make a sand castle. We're gonna be at the beach.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we just have to make sure we have a couple. It doesn't even have to be buckets. It can just be Tupperware or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. Because I was also thinking, maybe I could bring soccer balls or a volleyball or something, and you could play some sort of beachy sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I think that sounds a lot of fun. We are coming up with all these fun ideas. I'm so excited.
But the only thing is I will need to use your printer because I don't have one.
Well, but we can't print in color. Is that okay?
Yeah, it just needs black and white.
Okay.
Yeah, your Nintendo party for Argus sounds fun.
Yeah. I hope he likes it.
Yeah, so we're turning 29 this year.
Yeah.
But we're thinking about doing a big 30th birthday with our older sister, because she's already 30. But we were thinking about doing a combined 30th birthday party next year, but before our birthday. But I tend to think, and CU Tiger tends to agree with me, that so our older sister, she's pregnant, and I don't think she's going to want to do a long girls trip.
Can I tell you what I was thinking?
No, but do you disagree?
Well, I feel because she said, granted, it won't be right after the baby's born, so her baby's due in November, but I feel maybe by the following summer, she might be up for doing something.
Maybe. I don't know.
But can I tell you what
I don't know what it's like to have a kid and leave him behind.
But maybe she'll want a break, I know.
That's
to be
what
I was.
Yeah. But, okay, so what were you saying?
Well, so I was telling Argus, because I've been reading, right now I'm reading the, modern spin-off of Pride and Prejudice. And, so in the original Pride and Prejudice, and then, the older books, like Jane Eyre and stuff, so the thing is, the girls that are, the age to get married, 16, 17, whatever, they'll just go for, a week or two and visit their aunt and just kind of, or no, I'm sorry, they go for, a month or two. They just kind of, pack up their bags, they take the long buggy ride, and then they just kind of hang out there, and they just, it's just to, meet new people or, whatever. And so I was we can't really do that these days, but I was I kind of think it'd be nice to just go for, a week and, just hang out at some house, just doing nothing, essentially. But so then I was like, well, where can I go? Like, I don't really want to spend lots of money on an Airbnb and stuff. And so then I was like, well, Cupcake is gonna have her baby in November. So it's like, well, what if I went and just visited her for like a week? And the thing is, I don't want to change any diapers or like be a nanny, but it's like I can help out with laundry, do some cooking, like maybe prepare some meals to freeze. So I was kind of thinking maybe I would offer that up as like help, but also then I was like, oh, but it's gotta be like romantic too, because these are old books and stuff, because I wanted to be like kind of modeled after like the Pride and Prejudice experience. So I told Argus, I'm like, you better send me a letter, because that's what it's all about. So that's what I'm thinking.
When are you thinking about doing this?
I have no idea. I mean,
okay, just sometime in the future.
I'm thinking I'll just like offer up the help. I don't know, like probably like once the baby's born, but like whenever she wants help or company, then I can just go down. But like I know from like at the very beginning, like I should just be their family, because like the baby would be like more susceptible to like illness or something.
Yeah.
But like whenever she's up for it, like I can just go down and have a week off where, granted, I'll be cooking and maybe doing dishes and cleaning, but no diapers. That's my one rule.
Look at you. Yeah.
You can come too, and we can really make it a whole thing. I'm just inviting you over to our sister's house. No big deal.
Yeah, I don't wanna intrude. Make her be like, my sisters want to come visit.
Well, no, you just ask her if she wants help. Like, it doesn't have to be like.
Well, I know, but she
that's
still
what
has to like make the bed and whatnot.
I was like, I feel like I'm kind of inviting myself over because I want to like live out this, fantasy of the olden days. But at the same time, like I want to be useful. So.
Yeah, I suppose that, if she doesn't want to actually host us, we could bum it out at our aunt's house.
Yeah. And that's true, we could.
And we could just go over...
Even our cousin's house, too.
Right, and we could just go over to Cupcake's, like, to help her cook and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just sleep at the aunt and uncle or cousin's house.
Yeah.
So, that would work, too.
It might just work.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do... I mean, a whole week would be nice. See, the thing is, I still just don't have tons of vacation.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, just wait till you get to your anniversary date, and then you get, like, you get your personal days again. It's magical.
I know. And I'm getting close to it.
You are, yeah, because it's August, right?
Yeah. I had my 9-month review virtually because, we've been in quarantine for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm almost at my year mark. Almost off probation.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. There's something I was thinking, but something that we were talking about that made me think of something, and now I can't think of what it was. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
But we're still hoping to go to the Adirondacks sometime this summer. And you and Argus are welcome to come with us if you want.
I mean, if things work out,
Yeah.
Just depends on timing and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know when we would go. But I want to go because it's like a really good place to go paddleboarding.
It is. It's really because there's a lake there that has no boat traffic. Mm-hmm. There's probably some more local lakes that also, like, there's some that are, like, near the Finger Lakes that don't have boat traffic, I think. But, because, yeah, it'd be nice to not have to worry about that.
I don't know why I feel like... Oh, no, they definitely have boats. And, I mean, I know there are other places, but, and I plan on going paddleboarding around here, too.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I like the combination of hiking and paddleboarding out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're still thinking about going to Oregon. which I don't think I told anyone in chat that, but so with our canceled Amsterdam Netherlands trip, we got a credit that we can use for our flight. Unfortunately, they also offered refunds, but I had already signed up for the
credit.
The credit, so I couldn't do the other one. But anyway, but I was like, oh, but like flying to Amsterdam is way more expensive than flying anywhere domestically, except for like Hawaii or Alaska. So we're gonna do 2 trips. So both Sea Tiger and I are picking destinations. I'm picking Oregon, and I'm super excited because they have like all these bike paths, and they have, well, I don't think they're technically bike paths, but they're like bike trails that are designated as bike trails, but I think cars can still drive on those roads too. We're gonna bike, and we're gonna paddleboard, and we're gonna eat lots of food. So I'm excited, and Sea Tiger hasn't picked where he wants to go yet.
Okay, I meant to tell you that, so the streams that I watch during work, I've started watching Amsterdam because I like to watch the boats drive by on the canal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm like, maybe Amsterdam would be a pretty cool place to go.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to it, and then now we're not going.
I mean, you could still go. I mean...
Yeah, but... Well, the thing is, because, like... I mean, for one thing, we're like, oh, well, maybe we'll have kids.
Yeah, that's true.
So we don't really want to plan anything for next year. But then, who knows if that'll even happen. But then also because of coronavirus, we don't really want to go anywhere until maybe there's a vaccine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's why we're like, okay, let's use these credits and go somewhere domestically.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, so we're thinking of going to Oregon September or October.
Okay.
So, we'll see. And then, I don't know when we would go to see you Tiger's pick. Maybe we would go in the winter time. Maybe he'll pick somewhere warm.
Maybe. I mean, as I said, I really just want to go to a beach, which is weird for me because I'm not usually like a huge beach person, but...
That is weird for you.
One of the days I wanted to do for the vacation, I wanted to go to a beach, but as it turns out, the beach I want to go to, I don't think will be open for the season yet. So I'm pretty sad about that.
Yeah, so my original plan, because I was like, oh, well, maybe this whole coronavirus thing won't be as bad as what everybody's thinking, so maybe I'll be able to go somewhere, like, internationally June or September of this year. But then we decided that no, we'll just not go anywhere internationally. But because I was looking into Montenegro, and whereas I think Montenegro would be very cool, the problem with it is that they are very heavy smokers. Apparently. Like last year they did make it a law so that you can't smoke indoors or in like public places, but I think that since that's a new law, that there's probably still tons of smoking elsewhere.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a turnoff for me, which is a bummer because I was really excited about it.
Yeah. I meant to tell you that I did look into Slovenia a little bit the other day.
No, so I was going to say, so then I was like all on board for like, let's go to Slovenia.
Well, so I was looking into Slovenia because I was looking at like a Reddit post on like the travel subreddit. And the question was like, what is like the most hidden gem in Europe or something? And
Slovenia.
So they said specifically the capital of Slovenia. And so
Ljubljana or something. I don't know.
I don't even remember what the city's called, but I was like, okay, because so many people were like upvoting it, or like they would like, comment after that one being like, oh yeah, it's beautiful there and wonderful. And I was like, okay, let me just see what this place looks like. And I looked at it, I'm like, I think I would like this place. So
yeah, no, I've heard a lot about the capital, and I've seen pictures, and I've heard nothing but good things. And it's like a college city, but I think it's a pretty small town, or like a small city. So
yeah,
and like really walkable and stuff.
for background for our viewers, so the thing is, our dad like has been saying recently, like, I don't know, maybe in the past few years, he's like, you know, next time I go to Europe, I want to go to Slovenia. And I'm like, okay, yeah, Dad, whatever. Like, I didn't know anything about it, but I'm like, sure.
No,
like,
I thought that too.
But then, and then you're all like, oh yeah, I want to go to Slovenia, and I'm still like not on board. Like, I'm sure it would be nice, but like, you know, I wasn't like totally sold on it. It's like, apparently I just have to see one cool picture, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. But yeah, it looks nice.
A lot of people say like, oh, you have to go to Lake Bled. But apparently there's some other lake that is way less touristy and just as quaint and cute. So I'm like, yeah, screw, like, you know, skip Lake Bled, go to this other lake instead.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that was where I was thinking, since, you know, the Montenegro smokers, I was like, okay, we'll wait maybe, and, you know, wait for them to get past their smoking.
Yeah.
And then, you know, maybe I'll go there in like 20 years, but...
I mean, I had heard, because Montenegro is the one, like, it's that tiny country, right? Where it's like, because I had heard, again, like, just from Reddit people, no one that I actually know, because they were all saying how, like, Montenegro was disappointing to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But granted, like, you can't always trust these people.
True.
Because it's like, you don't know what they look for when they travel, or, like, you know,
because, I mean... The thing is, it's really outdoorsy, and so if they were looking more for like a beach vacation and they only stayed at the Bay of Kotor, then, you know, I could see why they'd be disappointed.
Yeah.
At least from what I was researching, because I was like, oh, there's so many other things you can do.
Yeah.
But, yeah, then Croatia. So I still think Croatia would be cool.
I agree. It's just, it's pretty touristy at this point.
Yeah, but there is like a really cool park inland, so it's not on the coast. And there's like all of these waterfalls and stuff, and it looks really, and there's these boardwalks that you walk on, like it looks really pretty. So I thought if I were to go to Croatia, I would just want to go there.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would probably want to go swimming off the coast too.
Well, of course.
Maybe go to one of the islands. But I think Slovenia for me.
Okay. Well,
I mean, possibly we'll go to the Netherlands next. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would be up for Slovenia for sure.
Yeah, I would be up for it. I mean, granted, at this point, I still have to go to Japan. That's going to happen. Yeah. Also, we still need to go to England to watch some soccer games for Argus. So I'm pretty much booked for a while as far as international travel goes. And like you said, like, who knows when it'll actually be like the right time to go abroad based on the coronavirus situation.
Yeah, but if Japan is paying for tourists to come, you know, maybe...
So I had looked into it, and it's kind of more like if you stay at certain hotels, or like it's not like if I say, oh, hey, I'm going to Japan, they're not going to just give me like $5,000 or something.
Okay. That's a bummer.
Yeah, so it's more like for certain museums that they like want you to go to, but it's like maybe those aren't the museums I want to go to.
I don't like museums in general.
I mean, it depends on what it is.
Sure, yeah, I'm sure there would be some that I would find interesting, but like in general, I don't want to go to some museum that I could essentially go to like the same museum or a similar one here and like waste my time. Okay, maybe not waste my time at the museum, but like I don't want to spend all my time at a museum and then miss out on actually like being immersed in the streets among the people, you know? Yeah. But I know some people just really like museums.
I mean, yeah, it depends on the museum, because if it's like, I don't know, because it depends too, like, on how familiar you are with like the culture or like traditions of the place, because like I want to say it was maybe like my first day in Thailand, I had gone to like this museum. It was just like the like overall Thailand museum. I don't remember what it was called, but it was good for me to go to because I was, you know, so focused on like looking into things to do in like the tourist perspective of Thailand, so that like I didn't really look at the history before going. So like I thought that was interesting, but like I mean I don't know. It depends, because like especially if the weather is bad, then it's like it's nice to go to a museum where you're gonna be indoors and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like, because even going through a museum, it's like I can only pay attention for so long, and then I get bored, and just even just walking through though and seeing like the cool artifacts, like it's still a good time. It's just like you can't read everything.
Yeah. Yeah, because the only museum that I was planning on going to in the Netherlands was the Anne Frank house. But my sister-in-law, because she was coming with us too, but on one of the days that we were going to do a day trip, she was going to still stay in Amsterdam, and she was going to go to like the Van Gogh Museum and the Rijksmuseum. And the Rijksmuseum is another art museum. They've got like tons of art kind of things. Yeah. Like Rembrandt's paintings are in there. Apparently there's also, which I thought this sounded kind of cool. So there's this one Dutch woman, she had these really elaborate doll houses. And so like she had, I think, actual like pottery people make pottery for her dollhouse. Like they all had legit insides.
Okay.
Like I don't know if they actually had like plumbing and stuff and electrical.
That'd be pretty hardcore.
Yeah, I don't know if she did that, but like all of the like furniture and stuff, she had actual professionals who do real furniture and stuff.
That was in the Secret World of Arrietty, the Studio Ghibli movie. Mm-hmm. It's like The Borrowers, which I had told you about before. So for that movie, it's the same sort of situation where like they live in this dollhouse that is made with like real furniture and stuff, and like the stove works and things like that. But it's because like the dad or something growing up like thought he saw one of the little people, and he's like, well, they need somewhere to live, and so that's why he. Granted, I'm sure that's not what happened with this woman who has these elaborate dollhouses, but yeah, I like the idea. I think it's cool to have like a professional furniture person make the dollhouse furniture.
Like, I would have considered going in just to see that, but the thing is the museum was so big that I'm like, I don't even know if I'd be able to find it.
Oh, they'd have maps and stuff. You could find it.
Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, it also costs, like, I think almost €20 to get in.
That's pretty expensive.
Yeah, so I'm like, do I really want to pay €20 just to go in and see this one big dollhouse?
I mean, well, at that point you would, go see everything else, too.
Well, I know, but the thing is, then you're spending your whole day at the museum and there's other things to see and do.
Yeah, that's true.
So I was not planning on going to the museum. But yeah, I mean, the trip sounded so good. It's just a shame. Darn coronavirus.
I know.
Bad timing.
I'm in Japan right now doing my hike.
But at least I still got to go to New Orleans.
I know. Like, I'm so glad I did, like, looking back on it, I'm so glad I did the things I did. Like, go see our sister because of, her dog. And then also, like, I went to go see my parents to go get pancakes from the pancake house with, like, the real maple syrup and stuff. I'm glad I did all these things before we were all locked down.
Yeah. So, did I tell you that Mom and Dad are thinking about coming up to help our brother with some of his house stuff?
No, I did not hear about that.
Yeah, they're going to put, like, quarter round around his trim.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, you never offered to do that from my house.
Well, so, because the thing is, I had even brought that up to our parents. Because I'm like, why does Grady get all this help? And so, because they said that, like, you wouldn't want the help. Because, I mean...
I would accept the help.
Well, so the thing is, like, in the past, me and you have been very much like, I will do it myself kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, our brother, like, if he doesn't do it, it's just not going to get done. Whereas, like, for us, it's like, we will make it happen. But
yeah, he just hasn't done the quarter round, though.
He just doesn't care about it, and so that's why our parents are like, we gotta help him out. And also my parents are like, well, our parents, whatever. Because the fact that, you know, you're married and stuff, like, you have help. So there's that too.
Yeah, well, so anyways, I was like, I would accept help with doing my trim. But, yeah, so I told them that if they wanted to, they could stop by our house and we could talk to each other through the window.
Oh, well, what a tempting offer.
I know. I also offered to play golf with them.
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, but then Mom was like, oh, but I don't know if, or she's like, we haven't played it all this year, and we think it would be a waste to go to such a nice course with having bad playing. And I'm like,
that's
but
silly.
that was Dad's excuse that whole time. Do you remember that time I got him that gift card?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got him, just so our viewers know, I got him this gift card to this one golf course that's between where we both live, so we could just meet there. And I was like, oh, it's such a great Christmas present. Like, we'll use it this year. And so I gave him, so the entire year, he was like, oh, I'm not good enough yet, we can't go. I'm not good enough yet, we can't go. And then it was too late in the season, so, like, it started getting cold and rainy, and we didn't get to go. And so then we called the course, and we're like, hey, we didn't get a chance to use this gift card, but can we use it next year? They're like, yes, you can, but you have to use it in May. Like, they didn't want us to use it later in the year.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Dad, because we waited so long, now you're not going to be ready for May, but we're going to go. And the thing is, like, so we went, and we both played horribly, and only the front nine was open because the back nine was too wet because it was still spring. I'm like, Dad, if we had just gone in August or September, this wouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah.
So I asked them if they wanted to go, and Dad's like, well, I'm not ready. And I'm like, are you ever going to be ready, Dad?
Well, he better be when he gets his knee, or not his knee, his hip done.
Yeah. Well, and so I thought that might have been it too. Like, maybe he doesn't want to hurt his hip anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's just taking a cart. But maybe even just the motion of the swing.
Yeah.
Might be painful. So, I don't know. Yeah, golf this past week was kind of frustrating because, so the couple that was supposed to golf with us, like, we got scheduled at the last tee time because we were scheduled with them, and that's the earliest they can make it. But the thing is, they never showed up. So we were sitting around waiting for them, and then these random people who were, like, just playing golf after our league, they just showed up, and it's like, well, I guess we're playing now. The thing is, they were on our tails the entire time.
Oh, that's
just like, it just made me really frustrated, and I don't play as well when I'm rushed. And so that's why we're blaming our bad scores.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Yeah, because, like, I just couldn't focus as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a bummer that they didn't show up. Because, like, so the latest tee time is 5:15, and the time before that was 4:45. Like, it's a long time wait.
That is a long time.
Yeah.
You waited long enough.
Yeah, so, I mean, but we got there, like, right around 5:10, so, like, we were waiting, and we gave them until, like, 5:23, like, or maybe 5:25, like, we gave them 10 minutes, and then the other people showed up, so we're like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. All right.
But well, yeah.
It
was nice golfing again.
What'd you say?
I said it was nice golfing again.
Yeah, I haven't missed golfing. I mean, like, because I golfed in high school, and I mean, it was nice. Like, I enjoyed going out and, like, walking the course and stuff. But at the same time, I don't miss it. I enjoy biking and, like, hiking a lot.
I like biking and hiking too.
I also like that they're free. You don't have to pay money
to
do it.
Me too.
But we finally beat that battle, which is cool, because that one took a while.
Yeah, it's already 7:46.
I
Holy
know.
cow.
But we got a new person, so that's pretty exciting. They're only level 1 though. I don't know if that means they've already been promoted or if they're like literally level 1, like the lowest level. I don't know.
So you have plans for Monday. Do you have any plans for this weekend that you're excited about?
Well, so I was thinking we might go hiking this weekend to the canyon.
Okay.
Because the weather looks like it's going to be pretty nice, like low 70s or upper 60s. So I thought that sounded like really good hiking weather. So I was thinking about that. I was also thinking one of the other things I'm planning to do for my break is work on the movie. Finally finish it. Because the thing is, like, I had finished my part, but Argus was supposed to, like, you know, do, like, certain things that I couldn't figure out how to do because it was just, like, based on the software. And then he never did it because I never even really showed him, like, what I wanted done, but then he never asked either. So we're both at fault. But that's going to be something, we're going to finish the movie. So actually next Wednesday, we can do a premiere if you want.
Ooh, I would like that.
Unless you want to be together for the premiere. I don't know.
Oh, I think we can do it virtually.
Okay. But yeah, so, well, I guess maybe next Wednesday, depending on when we actually do the editing. Because it might be that we do the editing, like, next Thursday or something. So maybe the week after next week.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's another tentative plan. We don't... So far, like, I'm thinking hiking this weekend, but we don't really have anything set in stone.
So last weekend we went hiking, and so we're thinking about alternating weekends of hiking and biking.
That sounds good.
So this will be a biking weekend, but also it depends on the weather, because if it's going to be super hot, we're not going to bike.
Oh. One other thing I'm doing... Oh. I know. I was like, let me raise my hand. Another thing I'm doing this weekend, I'm going to the farmer's market because it's opening this weekend. I'm so excited.
How exciting.
I don't know what they're going to have, but I have my farm share farm. So I, essentially just have a credit with them. It's not like your typical farm share. So,
yeah.
But I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm going to the farmer's market as usual.
Yeah, I know.
And I've been using up my Pure Bar classes on the weekends.
Oh, good.
So I think I have like 14 or 13 classes left.
That's still a lot.
Yeah. I know. But it was 20, so I'm making some progress.
Yeah.
So I didn't know they were doing virtual ones up until like maybe a month ago.
Okay.
So I decided I'm going to do one a week until they're gone.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
But yeah, so it's a biking weekend, so we're going to bike. So long as the weather cooperates, because the thing is, like, if it's going to rain, or if it's going to be super hot, or if it's going to be, like, really windy or chilly, then we're probably not going to bike.
Yeah.
But in general, we're going to alternate hiking and biking.
I think that sounds good. My plan is to either do, like, a walk on the weekend or bike. And so I've been biking the past few weekends. And actually, because I told you last weekend, because I went down to, like, where City Hall is to see if there was any trash to pick up. But the thing is, my other reason for going downtown was to return my library book because it's due at the end of June because I had postponed it again. But I just figured, like, I wanted to return the book so I didn't forget about it. And my local library that was, like, much closer to me, that one isn't open for returns. So I went to the library that we go to when we're at work. And so I returned it there. It's right in the neighborhood for checking on City Hall.
Yeah. Well, I returned ours in April.
Yeah. Or
mine, I guess, in April.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was back when they were due, like, April 30th.
Yeah. I meant to tell you that, so that hike I did, that's, that you said was another one of the hidden gems of the area. I would recommend it, because even though you can still hear, like, the traffic most of the time when you're in the actual nature reserve, like, it's still pretty nice.
Okay.
It would be nicer if the boardwalks were open so you could, like, because they, like, go out on the water and it's supposed to be cool looking, but they were closed because you can't pass people with enough distance. But it's still nice, though. I would recommend going.
Okay.
But hopefully you wouldn't find it disappointing like the other one, so.
Yeah. I mean, it still ended up okay because we got the cider and the popcorn.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll open up one of the ciders this weekend.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to do. I want to go to the mead place and go get some mead.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll let you know how it is, because I think we're going to try it. Like I said, I would like to do it for our anniversary, so we'll see.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah. Gosh, there's all these, like, new faces in this game. Like,
I know.
I don't know what's even going on. But I guess he was, like, in jail. Yeah.
Blossom says, here's a catchphrase to steal. Have a nice day.
I like that, Blossom.
I like it too. Thanks for the idea.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. Too bad we don't have anything for Cookie.
Oh, oops, whatever. That's all
yeah,
right.
Blossom can't think of anything either.
Oh, I have other news that's like super exciting to me. Like, I don't think anyone else would find it exciting. Well,
okay.
So, in my building, people, like, when they're moving out or if they're just trying to get rid of things, they, like, leave it out in the benches in the hallway. And so, someone left out all these, like, cooking supplies. And so one of the things was something I've been wanting to get for a while, but I'm like, I can't justify buying one because I wouldn't use it that often. But they had jelly roll pans.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so I can make pumpkin rolls, like, for real this time, and they're not going to be, like, super
you know
thick.
what? You know what you should make?
I was thinking about all the different kinds of rolls I can make. Like, I was thinking about, like, a carrot cake roll and, like, just a traditional chocolate Swiss roll.
No, listen. You need to make a strawberry shortcake roll. It's almost strawberry season.
I thought about that too, because so I'm planning to pick strawberries. I'm hoping to do it during my week off, but I don't know if we'll be ready by then.
I think it's too early.
I was thinking maybe the weekends, like not this weekend, but the next weekend. That might be.
Well, let me know. Let me know when you're going. Oh, Makibi is not following. Thank you for following.
Thank you.
Sorry, I butchered your name.
But yeah, so I'm planning to go strawberry picking, and I'm hoping to go not this weekend, but the next one. And I was thinking about a shortcake strawberry roll, but what I don't know, because like shortcake has like that crumbly texture that it'd have to be like a sponge cake still.
Oh yeah, do a sponge cake then.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make cream puffs with the strawberries in it because I made that last summer and it was like so good.
Well, let me know when you go strawberry picking because I might meet you there.
Okay. I mean,
because Sea Tiger didn't.
Maybe, I don't know.
Sea Tiger didn't like that strawberry place, so he doesn't really want to go again.
Oh, I like it a lot.
I do too, but the thing is, like, so for all of you out there, like, there's a pretty big hill to get down to the strawberry fields. So, like, you know, you're driving, and then you have to, like, go way down, and then you drive down here. But the thing is, like, the day we went, it was semi-muddy. So, like, we were afraid we wouldn't be able to get back out.
I see. So we'll make sure, like, that there's not rain.
Like, we only have sedans, so, like, they're pretty low to the ground. So, like, that's another issue, too, with your, you know, going down and up.
Right. Well, because I just drove my car last year, and the thing I didn't like about it is, like, so it's like a loop. So, like, you go down this hill, and then it's like either you turn, like, you have to turn right. It's like a one-way loop, or you turn left. You turn left. Sorry. Left, it's a one-way loop, and then you go back up that same way, but it's really only, like, a single car width. So that's the thing I didn't like about that setup. But, yeah. But because the day I went last year, it was, like, at the very beginning of the season, like, they weren't officially open, but I called them being like, are the strawberries ready? And they're like, you can try. I'm like, okay. So, yeah. So I went, and there were only, like, maybe 5 other people throughout the whole time I was there. And I was there for, like, a long time because the strawberries were pretty spaced out since it was, like, at the very beginning of the season.
Well, I remember when I went, so this is an organic farm. So they don't use the sprays and pesticides and stuff. But I wore long pants, and I would highly recommend you do too, because
Yeah.
there were a lot of like prickery things.
Well, because that's what they said online. They said to wear long pants, and so.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and because I was planning to wear long pants anyways because it was like mid-60s when I went. It was a very pleasant day because it was also like sunny, but then with the cool breeze, like it was delightful. And I was there by myself. Like it would have been more fun if I wasn't by myself, but I thoroughly enjoyed my experience last year.
Yeah, well, I would like to join you, so.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, usually whenever I go fruit or berry picking, like, Argus doesn't typically come with me because he can't even eat the food. So it's like, where's the joy, you know? Like, you can't even, like, munch on some while you're picking.
Next week might still be too early. It'll be close, I think.
Yeah, because
I bet it'll be like the 20th when they're ready.
Because I think last year I went on the 15th of June.
Mm.
So I figure I'll call and maybe they're open, maybe they're not. But so it might have to be the following weekend. We'll see.
Okay.
Let's see. So this is another. We're not going to actually start this fight because our stream is almost over for the day. But I'm just picking out what units we want. This is like one of those training battles that's not, they're good to do, but, they're not necessary. We should probably train her. She might be really good, but it's like, she seems like pretty bad right now, so I feel like that must be like the most basic level one.
Yeah, she's, yeah.
So she needs to be trained, but she could be secretly good, and we just don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems like a decent group. We want to train these people up more. I should probably train this guy, though. He's like the tank, that is good at defending you. But I guess we'll leave Artur behind. Where'd he go? Okay. And we'll have to like move items around and stuff too. Ugh, what a tedious thing. Yeah. Yeah, this is like, so I know you haven't played it, Rice, but like in the Suikoden series, the first game is like a total disaster as far as like item inventory goes. It's kind of like this in a way, except there's no bank of items. It's just like everybody carries things and you have to like swap it all around. And
wow.
It's the worst. Like maybe there is a bank
terrible.
too. I don't think there is though. It was like a total disaster and it kind of ruins the game. But yeah, he should probably have an item to like heal himself. I don't know.
I love the third one.
I know. It's so good. And like it drives me crazy when people like don't like it.
Yeah. I was trying to think of something that I could send our older sister because you said you were sending stuff.
Yeah.
I came up with something because one of my podcasts was talking about ways you can save herbs for later.
Okay, yeah.
And one of the suggestions, because she's like, oh, you can freeze it in water, freeze it in oil, you can dry them, I forget what else. But the one that caught my eye was that, or ear, I guess, because it's a podcast. But the thing is, I have to wait a little bit until my herbs are ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know when you were thinking about sending something, but she was saying you can make an herb salt.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, basically you use kosher salt and you throw in some herbs and you put it in the food processor and let it go, but you don't want to blend it too long because you just want it to be, you still want it to be coarse like a salt.
Right.
You don't want it to be pureed.
Yeah.
But I thought that might be a cool thing.
Yeah, I think that sounds cool.
Yeah, the thing is, so I have basil and I have cilantro. I was leaning towards basil. I thought like a basil salt might be good.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Like have it with some tomato and mozzarella maybe, or throw it on some chicken. Probably be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking, because I think I told you that I bought like a wooden corgi for
Yes.
So I'm very excited for it to come in. It's kind of like small, like it's maybe like this long and like this tall. But I figured like that at this point, like, you know, she could like keep it at her desk for like her home office. Or I thought that like maybe once like the future baby, because our sister is pregnant, so I don't even know, is that public knowledge yet?
I think it is.
Yeah, I don't know, but
she was supposed to tell some of our cousins last weekend.
Yeah. So I was thinking though that, like, because the people that sell these wooden things, they're like, oh, you know, it's really good as a children's toy because like a kid can play with it and like they can put in their mouth and they're not going to choke on it.
Right.
So I was like, she could use it for that, you know, if she wants to like make it more useful.
Yeah, I saw an ad on Facebook for these customizable mugs.
Oh yeah.
And so these mugs, it's like you could pick like, so it depicts a scene. Sometimes it's like, you know, you could pick like, oh, I want a couple plus a dog, and it's like, no, I want it to be all people, or no, I want it to be all dogs. Yeah, so you kind of customize it.
Yeah.
So I started making one because, so they're like, oh, you have over 100 breeds you can choose from for dogs. So I'm like, oh, I'm sure they have corgis. So for those who don't know, so our sister, she had a corgi and he had an Instagram account. He was Quill the corgi.
He's pretty famous.
And yeah, he was. He had a lot of followers, but he got cancer, and so he just passed away last weekend, and he was really young. He was like almost 5.
Yeah.
Poor little pup.
I know.
So the mugs. So I started customizing one. I'm like, oh, here's the Kelsey person. Here's the Eric, and then for Quill, the thing is, they didn't have, so they had a few different color options, but the ones that were most similar to him, like, they weren't quite right.
Okay.
And then, so that was really bugging me. And then the people, you can only customize their hair. So, like, you can't customize their clothes, you can't customize, like, oh, like, you know, maybe this person is a little, like, because the girl in the, like, the standard girl, she's really skinny, and it's like, well, nobody looks like that sitting on, and it's like they're sitting on a dock. So I'm like, well, you can't customize the people, like, besides the hair. So then I, like, as I was, you know, sitting there being like, oh, this doesn't look like their dog, and then I'm like, oh, this doesn't look like them. I'm like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So I decided not to order them this mug, even though I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't quite right. I'm like, even the Mii's, like, you know, the Wii, like, you can make those really look like you.
I know. I love those. They're great.
But, yeah, no, it wasn't in the cards for me to get it for Cupcake.
Yeah.
I was really sad.
I know.
When I heard.
Me too. But, you know, we will persevere.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, well, I think that we're ready for this fight. We're just going to save and not start it.
Okay.
But, yeah. So I think that's it for our stream today.
Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching.
Yep. We'll be back next Wednesday. Hopefully at 6 on the dot.
Yeah, we'll see. We've been getting late starts.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay. Yeah, thank y'all for watching.
All right, thanks for watching, and tune in next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.